ASMR Gaming News. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to ASMR Gaming News. Please hit that like button. Sit back, relax, and let's begin. So, no worries, there is a game news video this week. It was just a little bit delayed because I got the PlayStation 5, but having a lot of fun with that, so expect a lot of PlayStation 5 related videos in the next few days and weeks. Really enjoying it, but first, let's get to the important news of the week. So, PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X are now officially out worldwide. So they are out just about everywhere. So apparently, we got some stats. So in the first 4 days in Japan only, the PlayStation 5 outsold the Xbox Series X, which is to be expected, but yes, PS5 sold 118,000 units, and the Xbox Series X sold about 20.5 thousand, so much a smaller number. And that was in 6 days, so 4 days, PS5 sold a lot more than the Xbox Series X did in just 6 days. And these numbers have been shown to basically be the same all over the world, like in North America and in Europe. PS5 is just selling out everywhere, whereas the Xbox Series X is selling, just not as much. We got some PlayStation 5 news this week. Apparently there's going to be a new firmware update very, very soon in the near future that will basically add VRR support to the PlayStation 5. And no, VRR is not virtual reality, but it is in fact variable refresh rate, which means that if you want to play games at 120 FPS on your 120 Hz monitor, you will be able to do that and notice the difference. So Sony is thinking of adding this in a new update, so it's coming, so they just have to work on that. Can't wait, it's gonna be awesome. And the Game Awards for 2020 have been officially announced. So the Game Awards basically is the yearly gaming award big event. Basically, here is where all the big game companies announce and showcase their new games if they don't do it at E3. And the Game Awards is basically where the biggest game gets to win the Game of the Year award. And there's different categories. There's best FPS, best multiplayer, best action game, things like that. And each of those categories get their own award. And then the very big prize at the end of all of that is the Game of the Year award, which is extremely highly coveted in the games industry. Everybody tries to get Game of the Year. So this year, Game of the Year nominees are Animal Crossing for the Nintendo Switch, Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy VII, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, and The Last of Us Part 2. Now, I can already tell you that the game I want to win is Final Fantasy VII Remake, just because I'm a big Final Fantasy VII fan, but I do know that The Last of Us Part 2 and Ghost of Tsushima, Doom Eternal, and Animal Crossing were also very, very big games this year. Hades is definitely more of a more obscure type indie game that I'm not sure a lot of people know of, but it's a decent kind of roguelike game, so I'm sure it'll do well there as well. So we're gonna see what wins Game of the Year. Let me know in the comments what you think is gonna win at the awards this year. It will be taking place in let me see, December 10th. So in about a month from now is when the Game Awards is going to be live streamed on YouTube, on Twitch, and you're gonna see who wins these awards. And I'm just gonna scroll a second and see who has like best game of the year for multiplayer. Kind of curious to see if we have Fortnite in there. Best mobile game, best community game. Yeah, Fortnite definitely has some nominations for like best community and stuff like that. I doubt Fortnite's gonna win best community. Strategy game, sports, multiplayer. Okay, it's kind of weird that Fortnite is not in best multiplayer, but they put Fall Guys in there. Okay. I feel like they didn't want Fortnite to win yet another game in a row. Yeah, Fortnite is in some stuff, just not everything. And there's even like highly anticipated game awards, and there's a ton of awards for the Game Awards 2020, so be sure to tune in on December 10th, and I really hope my favorite game wins, but best of luck to everybody. It's going to be a great year for games at the Game Awards. Hopefully we get some surprise announcements too. And that brings me to my next piece of news. This is actually kind of awesome. So basically there was a massive Capcom data breach. They got hacked and a lot of stuff was leaked. So I talked about this like a week or two ago when it happened. Basically some hackers managed to get a hold of a lot of important information at Capcom, and now they leaked what they found. So if you don't want spoilers for any upcoming Capcom game announcements, I recommend skipping. But here are some games that the hackers found were in development. So there's going to be a game called Resident Evil Outrage that's coming out near the end of next year. There's a new Dragon's Dogma game, Dogma 2, coming out in the second quarter of 2022. Street Fighter 6 is coming out in 2022. There's going to be a new Mega Man game in 2022. Resident Evil 4 Remake is also coming out that year. There's a new Onimusha game called Onimusha New Work. That's a weird name for a game. I know Onimusha, but New Work just sounds like a really interesting and weird title. I'm sure they're gonna change that. Monster Hunter 6 is coming out in 2023. So, yeah, we're not seeing that anytime soon. There's a new Resident Evil game called Biohazard Apocalypse. I'm sure that's the next, like, main series Resident Evil game. They already planned Super Street Fighter 6, so Street Fighter 6 is coming out 2022, and Super Street Fighter 6 is coming out exactly 1 year later, so Capcom is already planning on the enhanced version. That's kind of funny. There's gonna be a Final Fight remake. That'll probably be awesome. That's coming out in 2024. Whew, okay. That's a long time from now. There's gonna be a Power Stone remake. Okay, there is no way Capcom is remaking Power Stone. I can't believe they're doing that. Seriously, that's crazy. Ultra Street Fighter 6. So basically they're gonna go from Street Fighter 6 to Super Street Fighter 6 to Ultra Street Fighter 6. And the Ultra version is coming out in 2024. And then lastly, there is a Resident Evil game codenamed Resident Evil Hank that's coming out 2024. So, yeah, this is some stuff that was leaked. Some people are saying that it sounds way too much like a fan theory, fan fiction Capcom wishlist. But apparently there is actual details from the leaked Capcom documents for all of this stuff. So, for now, it's believable. But most of these games are going to be coming out in a few years from now. So we're just going to have to wait and see. Let me know in the comments if any of you are big fans of any of these games. Curious to see if anyone has a favorite that showed up here. New Cyberpunk 2077 trailer came out. It's one of the best gameplay trailers I've seen in a long, long time. it made me want to play Cyberpunk 27 right now. Like, seriously. I'm so sad the game got delayed again. I know they had to do it, but still, Cyberpunk 2077, please come out soon. If you haven't seen the new gameplay trailer, go check it out. It will really make you want to play the game immediately. Like, the whole world looks like the best open world game I've seen in a long time. Next, GTA Online is getting a huge update in December, and they released a teaser trailer. So for those that don't know, GTA Online is like the online portion of GTA 5, and like every December in GTA Online they release like a special heist expansion or event in GTA Online, and people absolutely love playing it in December whenever they release the big update. So they are already teasing it. There's video and images and things online. I'll put them here. Go check it out if you're a GTA fan. I hope Rockstar releases GTA 6 though, like on PS5. Hopefully they don't do that in the next 10 years. They need to do that sooner than later. Next, we got some sad news for Nintendo Switch owners. So there were a lot of rumors that Doom Eternal for the Switch was getting canceled. So people were getting very, very nervous about this because Bethesda was recently bought by Microsoft, so no one knew what to expect. But as it turned out, it's not really getting canceled. It's just that the physical version of Doom Eternal for Switch will not be happening. So if you want to play Doom Eternal on Switch, you will have to buy it digitally. Bethesda said that because of like how the world is right now with the virus and shipping, they just decided against a physical release since they felt like not a lot of people would be buying the game physically anyway. So digital it is, I guess. Kind of crazy. But yeah, game is going to be available digitally only on the Nintendo eShop, so at least the game didn't get canceled like people were suggesting it did. But it's still kind of, sad for people that pre-ordered the physical version because they won't be getting that version now. Good news for Assassin's Creed fans. Assassin's Creed Valhalla is the biggest Assassin's Creed game in all of the game series history. So it's like the biggest launch of an Assassin's Creed game. Apparently, Ubisoft has sold more copies of Valhalla than it has any previous Assassin's Creed game at launch. So it's big, and people absolutely love this game. There's videos and everything online. The game does have some glitches, just putting a warning out there because it does. But they're going to be patched soon, hopefully, and wow, let me tell you, I've been watching some gameplay. I actually really want to play this game. Like, I haven't played an Assassin's Creed for a while. This one looks really, really beautiful. Like, the graphics, the story, the characters. Kind of want to play Assassin's Creed Valhalla. The whole, like, Viking setting. Very, very interesting. I like it. So, be sure to check out some gameplay, too, if you're on the fence. Next, PlayStation's boss has been questioned if God of War Ragnarok is a PlayStation 5 exclusive, and he said that he can't comment on that. So this is very interesting. Some people have been kind of cautious because every single God of War Ragnarok like teaser trailer or image or talk about the game has not said anything about the game being exclusive, which is very weird for a Sony first-party game to not say like exclusive to PS5. So people are starting to wonder, like, will it be releasing on PC? Will it be releasing on PS4 as well? What exactly is going on with God of War Ragnarok, and why is there no like PS5 exclusive branding whatsoever? So they asked a PlayStation boss and he couldn't comment on that, so that seems a little bit strange, doesn't it? So not sure what that means, but hopefully it does end up being an exclusive. But we just have to wait and see what Sony does here. If it's not an exclusive, it's going to be interesting because usually PlayStation is very, controlling about their exclusive games. So we'll see if it'll go on a PC or something. Next, Super Mario Bros. 3 has broken yet another record. Someone sold a record-breaking sealed copy of Super Mario Bros. 3 in like mint condition for about $156,000. That is crazy. Can you imagine spending $156,000 on a sealed game that you're never gonna open just because it has high collector value? I mean, that's a lot of money. But the reason why people are buying Super Mario Bros. 3 is because it's like an iconic game, and collectors think that sealed versions of the early prints of this game could possibly go for much more money in the future, like somewhere in the millions in the next 10 or 20 years. So who knows what could happen, but that's still crazy. 156,000. Next, we got a possible release date for Far Cry 6. Microsoft Store kind of leaked the release date, and they weren't supposed to. And it said May 2021. So May of next year is possibly the release date for Far Cry 6. We'll just have to see if Ubisoft confirms that release date, because they haven't said anything yet. They just said next year. They had to delay it till next year. What else? We got even more news about the Capcom hack. Apparently there's a lot of mysterious games Capcom is working on for the Nintendo Switch, like something called Project Guillotine and an Ace Attorney collection. So if you're interested, I'm not going to go through all the hacked Capcom stuff, but they're all up there on the internet. If you're interested in going through absolutely everything, it's online. Just be careful, because some of these websites posting the leaks are kind of strange. Next, Nintendo has revealed even more Lego Super Mario sets for next year. So if you're a big fan of Super Mario or Lego, just know they're going to be having more character packs and collabs next year. So kind of awesome. PlayStation 5 game Kenna Bridge of Spirits is still on track for early 2021. This was a game that was apparently going to be a launch title, but they had to push it into next year, and people are wondering if it even is going to come out next year. But it looks amazing. I will be buying Kenna Bridge of Spirits just because of the gameplay we saw for that. I think it's going to be a good game. Let's see. Kingdom Hearts director Tetsuya Nomura said that he was recently interviewed, and he said he wants to finish working on the current Kingdom Hearts story, kind of tie up the loose ends. He's planning on wrapping things up by the anniversary in 2022, the 20-year anniversary of Kingdom Hearts. And he said around that time he hopes to finish the story and then work on a new story, a new world, a new project. So hopefully Kingdom Hearts kind of finishes and wraps up. I love the series, but man, is Kingdom Hearts really convoluted. It really is. It really is. Take it from a fan. HBO has officially greenlit the Last of Us TV show, and the production is beginning very, very soon. So if you're a Last of Us fan, you're going to be able to watch it on HBO. I wonder how, the adaptation of the show is going to be like the game to TV show, how it's going to work exactly. But Joel and Ellie on TV sounds awesome to me. And I guess last piece of news is for Call of Duty fans. So classic Call of Duty map Nuketown is getting a retro 80s style makeover next week for free. They're going to be adding Nuketown as a free add-on to the game. So if you were getting a little bit tired of the Call of Duty maps, Nuketown is coming soon, and it looks better than ever. So, yeah, that is all the video game news for this week. Thank you all for listening, for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Check out the Patreon at patreon.com/ASMRGaming. And, yeah, I will see you all next time. So long.